All right, so I didn't realize why the setup process took such a little amount of time because I didn't sort through all these. This took a long time to get all these out of the big pile, which is somewhere back here. But these are all the ones that are going to be in the game. These are the markers for kids' opinions. And there is one thing. What did I do with the currencies? Oh, they're over here. Okay. Right down here. So everything is good to go. Now I did have to change the blue and the red house order because in the setup I had the wrong order. The other thing in the setup, in the first roll of houses, I believe it was the Elliott household did roll to be in it, so we did qualify for one currency, but we still didn't have enough villages, so we had to re-roll everything anyway. So that was the only thing with that. And the other disclaimer on this video is I'm using a really old rule book because for some reason after I get all the rules hashed out, I never really, I usually don't get around to ordering the new rule book. So it's not the oldest one, obviously, but it's not totally up to date. So there might be a few small things that are incorrect, but generally, this is how the game is played. So the first step, and I'm going to be a little rusty at first because, like I say, I haven't played this game since I think the winter. It was the winter time, January or February, around there, maybe even December, but I think January. So the first step is the parental disasters. So each household must roll the 10-sided dice, and you just go in order. And this determines if there's going to be some kind of the parents do something that is going to impact the kids' game. So we start with Elliott. They are medium in strictness, so they need to roll. They're okay. Nothing happens. A medium household will have something happen if 1 or 2 is rolled, and a stern household will have something of 1 through 3. Since we don't have any nice, that doesn't matter, but that is, they got to roll 1 for something bad to happen. Okay, so now I am going to make sure that I have all these right before I do it. I'm pretty sure this one is strict. This is the Adams household, or stern. Stern is the correct term. Yes, they are stern, so they need to roll 1 through 3. They roll a 7, so they're good. And I believe these guys are stern as well, the Goldsteins. Got this manual out. Goldstein. Stern. Yes. Okay. So they are going to roll 0, which is 10, so they're okay. And then Hirolito, which I believe are stern. I'm going to double check. Yes, they're stern. So we're going to get a lot of kids grounded this game, probably. 0, so they're okay. And Vanderbilt, I think they might be nice, right? Yeah, they're nice. So we do have a nice household, but they don't have a village, so it doesn't matter. So he needs to roll 1. He's got 3 10s in a row, it looks like. And then the Peterson household, which I'm pretty sure are stern as well. Yes, they're stern. 1 through 3, 4. So nothing bad happens this time. So then we're going to check out this turn order. Loan payments, there's no payments. Rent, then the next thing is rent payments and evictions, nothing. Now here's an important one. Players can alter their opinion of one kid by 1 in any direction. So this is the advantage that players have. And I'm going to definitely do that. So my opinion of... Now one thing that I really forget is which... where to place the kid's opinion. That's something I should probably know. Okay, so I do want to change it, so I'm going to take this, and you can do it either way, but you got to remember which way you're doing it, otherwise you're going to screw everything up. So I'm not even sure if I'm doing this right. So my opinion, I would go down to here. So my opinion of Jake Peterson is at 5. And I would put... See, that's a thing. If I use this, I'm going to... What I want to do is I want to lower my opinion of him. So I'm going to put it down to there. However, I'm not sure if that's the easiest way to do it. Because the other thing I could do is... And I don't even want to look in the rule book to see, is I think this is the right way to do it. But I also could put this right here, and then, so my opinion of him is there. But I think it makes more sense to do it on this, so I think that's how it is, if I remember correctly. But technically you can do it either way, but whatever you do, just make sure you remember which way you're doing it. So I'm going to put my opinion of him over here. So this way, I like doing it this way because then I can just average this out much more easily. I can look instead of looking at 2 places. Okay, so pretty sure that's the correct way to do it. So I am going to utilize that, and then the next part is actions phase. So I'm going to, oh yeah, I should explain why I'm doing this. So I want to not accept his currency at my village. Right now, my perception of him is 7 plus 4 divided by 2 is, 7 plus 4 is 11 divided by 2 is 5.5. So my perception of him is still 6 or 5.5. Either way, it's 5 or higher, so I still accept his currency. So I want to get that down. I'm going to target him first, and the reason being is because this guy in the real game when we were kids was actually a terrible player, and he would score terribly. But for some reason, his setup, despite being in a strict stern household, he is able to usually do pretty well in the game. So if you look at the ELO ratings when I finally get them up again, he's pretty good as an NPC. But in real life, he was not good. So I'm going to target him first. But this guy's also a danger. He could do well. There's a slight chance that Troy Vanderbilt would be all right, but I think you really need a human to control him because he doesn't really have any assets. Now, the NPCs that can print currencies, they have an advantage, and I think that's one of the reasons why this guy does have an advantage, because they can print currencies. And the goal of the game is to get USD and investments. So that determines the final score. And when you can print currency, well, you don't have to spend your coins as much. Okay, so we're moving on here in January 1990. And it's going to be Antonio Adams' turn. So we're going to roll for him. He is going to issue currency. So we take this to symbolize his currency. We're going to just put it right next to his thing there. And when you print currency, you create 10. So let me grab this. So then we put it here to symbolize this. Now every time a kid prints currency, the value of their currency goes down 1 space. So it's at 3, so it's now going to be worth 2 cents. So gray currency is worth 2 cents each. Okay, so that's his move. I didn't even make my move, so let me go back and make my move. So I can do any of these things, but I can't do it twice in a row. So next turn, whatever I choose here, I'm not going to be able to do it twice in a row unless I have 2, so I actually can. So I'm going to attempt to build. So in order to build, this is actually going to be difficult. I'm going to need to roll a 1 or 2 since I am in a medium strictness household. 1 or 2. All right, I roll a 2, so I do build a property. So let me take this. And this symbolizes that I have 1 property. And there was something else I was going to say about that. Oh, yeah. Starting areas is 2. So the most areas I can have here, I think they're called areas in the tabletop game, not properties. And in the video game, they're properties, I believe. So I'll call them areas for now. But I have one now. This, whoops, did I put this here? I meant to put this here. Sorry. So starting areas is 2. So I have an area here in Shokala, and the maximum is 2, unless that can be increased during exploration. But by default, it's 2. So there's room for someone else to get an area, or for Shane Elliott to get another area. So we just did him. We did him already. Like I say, I'm a little rusty with this. Plus, I'm working on so many games, so I forget stuff. So then the next household we go to is the Goldstein, and Reginald goes first because he's older. 8. He's going to lounge. So then we go to Eric. 9. He's going to lounge. So that's done with that. Then we go to Phil Hirolito. He's older than her, so he goes first. 9, he's going to lounge. Yeah, we got a lot of bad players in this. Okay, we roll for a lot of people that aren't that good. So this should be an easy win for me. Unless I get really bad luck or make really bad decisions. She's going to trade. Now, there is no company yet, so she can't. So she doesn't do anything in this first turn. And then we go to Troy Vanderbilt for socialize. He's got nobody here to socialize with, so he's not going to go there. Okay, and then the next thing is the last one is Jake Peterson. He's going to roll. 2, he's going to trade, so he can't. He won't do anything. So that ends January. So we just move this up to here. Okay, so now we were going to play February 1990. And we'll do that right now. I don't know how much I'm going to be able to play this because my weekend is actually starting in a couple hours here, and it's already the morning. I did take a nap, so I should only need a couple hours sleep, but I don't want to waste my whole Friday inside here, so we only get a few nice months. Okay, so let's see. We need to roll for parental disasters, I believe, is the first thing. Yes, it is. So we got the Elliott household, nothing. Okay, Adams household right up there. There's Stern, nothing. Another Stern, we have the Goldstein household, nothing. Hirolito household, 1, so something's going to happen. So now we got to roll this dice to determine what it is. And 6, nothing's going to happen, but I can tell you what it is. Since the game hasn't developed yet. 6. Parent is cleaning and removes company assets, but there's no company. So that does not apply. Okay. Then we go to Troy Vanderbilt. They are nice. 1, but they do roll 1 anyway. So let's see if anything happens. 5. That is going to be a removal of areas, I believe. Parent is reorganized and will destroy a shop. Oh, they're called shops. That's what it is. They're called shops now. Okay, so in the video game, they're properties, and you can convert them into shops. And in this game, the areas are these, and then this is a shop. Okay, that's how it is in this game. So there are no... This doesn't even apply to this household because they don't have a village, so that does not do anything either. And then the last one to roll for is the Petersons for parental disasters, and he's okay. So now we begin my quest. And I think I did want to actually move down the opinion again of him. I forgot to do that. No, actually, I think that is the phase now. Yeah, I can do that. So now my perception of him is 7 plus 3 is 5, so I still accept his currency? For now, but I'll continue to manipulate that as much as possible. So that is the advantage that players get over NPCs. Other than that, NPCs have the advantage of starting with a higher prestige. Okay, the next thing to do is start my turn. So last time I build something, so now I'm going to work. And when I work, since I don't have a company, I'm going to create one. So I'll just do by default, I'm going to move these things over a little bit so I have some room. Now usually when I play this game, I don't have so much room. I need to like use another table on the side or something to put pieces. But I'm actually have a lot of room this game. I'm surprised. Okay, so I will start off with 10 shares if I start the company. And I work, so that contributes. I have one shop there. So that contributes in the net worth of 1 right there. 1 cent. So that means each share is worth 0.1 cents. Right here. So now people can start trading. If they roll for trading, that will happen. And that will be good for me because I'll be able to get some coins, all right? Okay, so now Antonio Adams is up, and he is going to roll a 7. And he's going to travel. Okay, so traveling, let me refresh my memory on this. I'm going to have to refresh my memories on a lot of these things in the first few turns here. And I know, like I say, some of these rules are outdated, so I will look online to see the most updated rules when I get a chance. Okay, travel. Players can choose to travel to whatever village or household they want. NPCs will travel to the village they have the most shops at. If they don't have shops at other villages, they will travel to the village they have the most friends at. If none of these conditions are met, they will pick a random household that they have at least one village, that has at least one village, and then a random village in that household. Okay. NPCs won't stay at the same location they are when using this action. Okay, so he's definitely not staying. So that means there's nowhere to go for him to where he's got a shop. And so he's going to go to where he's got the most friends. Now, a friend is someone he's got a perception of 7 or higher. So he also doesn't have any friends yet. Because everyone's opinion of each other is 5, so everyone's perception is 6. Or every NPC, of each other is 6. Okay, so he doesn't have any friends, yes? Okay, so if none of these conditions are met, they will pick a random household that has at least one village, and then a random village in that household. Okay, so he's got 2 options. He's either going to go to the Elliott household, which I hope so, because then he'll have to pay me rent, or he's going to have to go to the Hirolito household. And whichever one he picks, he's automatically going to the village there, because there's only one in each village. So we'll roll just in order. So the first roll, and whoever is highest, he rolls 5, and then Highland 10. So he's going to travel here to Highland. Okay, so now we go to Reginald Goldstein. He's going to roll a 1. He's going to work. He can't work because he's not in a village, or he doesn't have any access to anything, assets, so he can't work. 5 for Eric Goldstein. He's going to socialize, so he can socialize with Reginald right here. So I got to refresh my memory on this too, 'cause it's been a while. Socialize, and hopefully these rules are up to date. A kid will attempt this action on the kid in the village they have the highest perception of. Okay. In this case, it's at a household. So for success, they must roll a number equal to or less than the other kid's perception of them. So the other kid has a perception of him of 6, 5 opinion, and 7 prestige. So 6. So he needs to roll a 6 or lower. Now let's see these results. Upon success, the kid will either gain 1 opinion of the kid performing the action. No, upon success, the kid will gain 1 opinion of performing the action. Upon failure, the other kid will lose 1 opinion of them. Okay, so let's roll. He needs to roll a 6 or less. He rolls an 8. So Reginald's opinion of him is actually going to go down. So we're going to take this, and like I say, we're going to go like this. So it's from 5 down to 4. So now Reginald's perception of him is 4 plus 7. 11 divided by 2, 5.5. All right, the next one up is Phil here, Alito. 6. He's going to travel. Okay, interesting. So that means he's either going to travel to, because we've already been through this process this turn, he's either going to travel to Chocolat or Houston. He rolls a 6 for Chocolat and 7 for Houston. So basically these guys just went to each other's village. Okay, the next thing to do is the next one on the list is Lacey here, Alito. Let's see what she does. 3, trade. Okay, she wants to trade again because she didn't do that before. Okay, now she can. So this is worth 0.1 cents now. I believe. Okay, there's this last time I played this, or one of the last times trading. Let's see if she will spend. I'm not sure if NPCs spend their coins, but I think they do trade. But then again, this is out of date, so I'm not even sure if these rules. But I'm gonna go read through it anyway. Okay, trade. This allows a kid to buy or sell a share in any active company. Okay, it has at least one available. Shares are bought from and sold. Okay, I got that. Presidents can't initiate the purchasing of a share in their own company. Funds spent on buying a share are given to the president. Okay, I got that. Trading. Okay, now let's get down to the NPCs. When NPCs select this action, they will buy a share they can afford in a random company using the dice roll if there's a tie. Okay. NPCs will never sell shares when they select this action. They only sell them when other kids buy from the company. Okay, if at any time a kid attains more shares than the president, they become the president of the company. Okay, so it doesn't really specify anything about if they use their, I think somewhere, obviously, NPCs will always use currency before they spend their USD, but if they have their USD, they will still spend it. Okay, now in the tabletop version, there's no change anymore. Okay, so you don't get change. Whatever you spend, you spend. Unless it's in the, I think, yeah, whatever you spend, I believe. So there's only one company. It's the Moon Company right now. So she's going to buy 1 share of this. So this actually goes to the owner of the company. That's how this game works. So that means I get a coin. That's good for me. And then my shares go down to 9 here at the Moon Company, and hers go up to 1. So there's always going to be 10 outstanding shares here. Well, technically 1 outstanding share but at the time, but there's always going to be 10 total shares available. So that puts me in first place, actually ties me in first place with Reginald and Eric Goldstein. We all got 3 coins. And next person on the list is Troy Vanderbilt. Let's see what he does. 6. He's going to travel. Okay, again, he's going to go to a random place. He's got 3 to roll for now. Chocolat, Houston, and Highland. 2 and Chocolat. No one wants to come to me. 9, Houston. And 5, Highland. So he's going to go to Houston. And nothing's going on there. Okay, Jake Peterson's now up. He's going to roll a 7. He's also going to travel. So, oh wait, I've been forgetting to roll here. I forgot to roll for Ducktown for these guys. So let's do 3. So he doesn't. Well, okay. So from now on, I got to remember there's actually 4 villages in this game. I can't forget Ducktown. Okay, so from now on, got to remember that. So he's going to travel. He's either going to go Chocolat, Houston, or Highland. Now this, once these NPCs start making friends and stuff, and that does happen, it's a lot easier to do, or if they get shops, you don't have to roll so much. So first we'll just go in order. 9 Chocolat. So it looks like he's coming there. 3 for Houston. All right, yeah, all right. Come on over. Because that means you're going to have to pay rent. Okay, so that ends March. No, February. We go into March. And I'll do one more. I'll probably do like 3 months each video. Something like that. Let's see. I got... I moved that, so that's good. And then we're just going to go straight to parental disasters. And I really need to order a new manual. So I have the most recent rules. Okay, so we'll just start over here. 2. Okay, now this could trigger a parental disaster, or this does trigger a parental disaster because we got medium strictness. So let's see what happens. 6. Interesting. So something is going to happen now, unfortunately, for me. At least I got a coin out of it. Parent is cleaning and removes company assets. So let's go to the manual and check what that's going to be. So this is really hard to do with one hand. Loss of company assets. Any company whose president is from the household may be impacted. Okay, so I'm president of Moon Company. So that means this company is going to be impacted, and it's going to be dissolved, I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly. Okay, so there's more of one such, no, there's not more than one if there are no companies this week. Okay, so after a company is selected, which is Moon Company, because it's the only one available. After a company is selected, roll D10 to determine the amount of cents to remove from the net worth of the company. If the net worth of the company falls 0 or lower, it will be dissolved and all of its shares will be removed. The company can be restarted later in the game. Okay, so it's definitely going to be going, but let's see how this happens. 3, so this would go down to 0, and that means this company is dissolved, so everybody loses their shares, which is good for me, actually, because I can just restart the company next time I work and get that started again. And I made a cent from it, at least. So it's not all bad for me, I should say. Because you do want to get the net worth above. It's got to be at least 10 cents. So it's 1 cent per share to score, because it's all rounded down at the end of the game for scoring purposes. Okay, so we do have our first parental disaster, it looks like, of the game. Okay, now we go to Antonio Adams' household. Okay, we're going to do another one. 3, and this, I believe, is just grounded. 1 through 3 is grounded, so he's going to be out. Player 8. Yeah, I just wanted to show the player 8 right here. There it is. So those are the results. 1 through 3, a kid from household will be grounded. 4 through 5, parent is reorganized and will destroy shop. 6, parent is cleaning and removes company assets. So I did have all that memorized. I was just double checking. So he is grounded. This means he is placed like this at his house. So he's not in this round. Okay, the next household is Goldstein. 7, they're okay. Next household, Hirolito. 3, they're strict, so something's going to happen now. Let's see what it is. 3, so somebody's grounded. So it's either going to be Phil or Lacey. Whoever rolls the least. Phil rolls a 5. Lacey rolls a 9, so Phil is grounded. If they roll the same, then they're both grounded. So he's out for this turn. Okay, the next thing is, let's see, the next thing is next family, Vanderbilt. They're nice, so they got to roll 1, they're good. And then Peterson. Don't get grounded, Peterson. Peterson rolls a 6 is good, because I don't want him to be grounded, so he pays me rent. Since I have a shot there, he's going to have to pay somebody rent. It's going to be me. Okay, the next phase is me lowering my opinion of somebody. Just go up to their opinion. And I'm going to do that of Jake Peterson. So my opinion goes, so now 7 plus 2 is 9. 9 divided by 2 is 4.5, which means my perception of him is below 5, and my villages no longer accept his currencies. So I will remove this from here, symbolizing that Shakala no longer accepts Jake Peterson's currency. Put that there. And his value of his currency will go from 3 cents down to 2 cents. All right, and then the next phase is, actually, I did that out of order. I'm supposed to do rents and evictions first, and then that. So it doesn't matter this time, but it could potentially impact it, because if my village accepted his currency and he already printed some, he'd be able to pay me in that. So, but now he won't be able to. So, but it doesn't matter because he hasn't printed any of this, so he has to use USD to pay me anyway. So he is going to pay me 1 cent. And rent is, I don't know how much rent is, but if you're using USD only, it's gonna be 1 cent. I'll have to check. All right, now this manual is falling apart now. It's pretty old. I've been through it a lot. Okay, rent. I just wanted to look up this just in case we encounter it. I mean, I could always do it when the video's over. No. I don't know right now. Oh yeah, here it is. Kids must pay the equivalent of 1 cent rent. Okay, if they are eligible. So yeah, it is 1 cent. So it's pretty steep payments there. Okay, so now that we're done with rents, no one else got to pay it. Okay, now I could alter my opinion, which I'll do, and then, yeah. Okay, so now we do our actions. I'm going to work again, and I can do it 2 times in a row because I have it twice. If I only had it once, I could not do this. So I'm going to work, and I'm going to build the Moon Company again. And put this back. So the Moon Company is back in business. I mean, if you want, you can select... Oops, sorry, I didn't have the camera on there. If you want, you can choose a different one. Doesn't really matter. NPCs will just go in order of what's available when it comes to starting a company. But I'm just going to go with the Moon to keep it simple. Okay, so... And you do get... players do get 1... They add 1 net worth when they're working for each shop at the village they are. Now, this isn't going to apply to this game because each household only has 1 village, but NPCs will count all the shops they have at the household when they work. Okay, next player is Antonio Adams. He is currently grounded. Then is Reginald Goldstein is going to make a move. 7. He's going to travel. Okay, so he's going to have to roll to where he's going to go because he doesn't have friends yet. 7 for Shakala. 6 for Houston. 5 for Highland. And 10 for Ducktown, so he's traveling to Ducktown. Okay, he's now in Ducktown. And Erica Goldstein will be next. He rolls a 6. He will also travel. So he's going to go Shakala 1, not going there. Houston 7. Highland 7. Ducktown 3. So we got to do a tiebreaker between Houston 10, and Highland 4. So he's going to Houston. So we might have some social activity soon. Okay, next household. Phil is grounded, so that means Lacey's gonna roll. 9, she's gonna lounge. Okay, and that brings up Troy Vanderbilt. He's currently in, where is he? He's over here in Houston. He's gonna roll 5. Socialize. Okay, so he needs a 6 or less. He needs to roll a 6 or less for an improvement. For Eric to improve his opinion of him. He rolls a 2, so Eric will improve his opinion of him. So we need to put Eric Goldstein's opinion right here on his map. We'll go from 5 to 6. Okay. So then the next player is Jake Peterson. Where's he? He's out here. He rolls a 2. He's going to trade. Okay. Again, there's only one company here, so I'm doing good. So he's going to pay me 1 cent for this share. Even though it's only worth 0.1 cents, you pay the minimum amount that you can. So my shares will go down to 9, and then his will go up to 1. So that puts me in the lead now. So I'm looking pretty good this game. Like I say, this is going to be an easy game for me because for one thing, I'm only playing NPCs, which if you're an experienced player, you don't always win, but you at least get in the top rankings if you know what you're doing. But you can still lose. I mean, usually I come in first or second when I play solo against NPCs. Sometimes I come lower than that, though, because there's a lot of different factors. But this game, I think I'll easily be able to win because the selection of kids that were rolled for are pretty poor. All right, so he went. That means March is over with, and we move this to April. And I believe that is it for this term. We can put these kids back up. So they go to their village, I believe, for the next term. And I might as well get these out of here because I don't need them. But you don't really need to watch that process.